Okay, I'm gonna have to do that again. I don't like the way it went. But I'll put this one out so you can see or listen to the before and the after. How about that? Does that work? Okay. So let's do this again. I kind of like this one slightly better. Okay, that's not why we're here. The last time we spoke, we talked about life. We talked about coming to a place of emptiness, hitting the void, and asking myself, is that all there was? Is that all there is? I had experienced bouts and paroxysms. I had had encounters, I had had scenarios where I felt something deep in me, but that something that I felt did not come from and was not a result of something happening outside of me. It was not due to an achievement, it was not due to a pay raise, it was not due to a pay grade, a promotion. It wasn't due to someone saying something nice. I just felt this inner joy, this inner peace, this inner contentment. And I couldn't place it. There were times I felt this beauty on the inside when everything on the outside felt rotten. And yet I could taste it, I could smell it, I could feel it, I could touch it. I lived and I experienced it. But I couldn't make sense of it. I couldn't hold it. The moment I tried to cling or to hold on to it, it was like trying to catch the wind. It would just filter through my fingers. I knew there was something more. I've always known there was something more. And so this is where I come back, I fall back on Mindset Boulevard. Having been on this journey so you wouldn't have to go through it. Sorry. So we forged the tenets, the principles of Mindset Boulevard. Its mores, its values, and its ethos. It's a way of life. It's not a means to an end for anybody who has experienced this concept. It is driven by values, not by interests. And the rationale for that is simple. If you and I share the same values, then I get interested in what it is that you do, especially if I can't do it. Because we share these values and I want us to be in alignment at all times, I will bend over backwards to get to understand your craft. I'd want to be a part of it. I'd be inspired to aspire. I would want to learn. I would want to understand it. I'd want to get to know you more, get to know you better. But if our relationship was built off of just interests. Then when our interests start diverging, they start competing, and they compete at the expense of our connection. So we stop being vulnerable, we start being insecure, and distance grows. When distance grows, there's a void, there is an emptiness. I got to experience this with myself on a daily basis in the contemporary world. When we connect with someone and we feel that distance, then we miss them, we feel the void. The sad thing is, we never realize that void when we are relating with ourselves, or when we struggle to relate with ourselves. We just jump into the noise and we feel that void with boisterity, with activity. We get busy so we wouldn't have to experience that emptiness. That emptiness is a calling to something higher, a calling to a higher order of living. But if we don't grasp it, if we don't connect with it, then we miss the wave. And when we do, we have to wait for the next cycle. And there's no telling when that cycle would be the next time that wave comes. So what do we talk about next? Now that I have met you, we have greeted, we have connected. Who are you and who am I? Who are we in relation to one another? I have this interesting definition which we will look at in subsequent segments. You and I are integrated circuits, interconnected by our different levels of consciousness. That sounds very intergalactic, doesn't it? Yeah, that's my kind of language. So let's go through that again. You and I are integrated circuits, interconnected by our different levels of consciousness. These different levels of consciousness are held together by our thought patterns, driven by our mores, our values, our ethos, our scruples, our principles, or the lack thereof. So, what does this mean? You are your thought patterns, because your mind is the factory where everything takes its rise. Your mind provides a runway for thoughts to gather momentum and steam. Then they take off as the raw materials that become the building blocks of your destiny, given that you are the architect of your own destiny. The quality of your thinking and your thought processes will determine the quality of your life. As you move from a place of worry to a place of deep meditation through the filters of introspection, which is the next level to worry. Then there is deliberation, after which comes reflection and contemplation. Then, of course, meditation. And you would notice they are all forms of prayer. We call it prayer, call it spirituality, because it's happening at the level of the mind. There's just one question to be asked. What is the quality of that thought?